anecdotal stuff. Keaver
See, you
played
could
in
have
the
stand
inclusion
B right
too
there,
long.
right where Haydn, like, this is what I talk about. Can you go back where Haydn whiffs that stand CB on CD in front of the face? Pause right here. Oh, damn it. I wanted to talk about that specific spacing because
The
this happened.
jump CD or stand CD?
The jump CD whiff by Hind. Right here. Right there. Right? So I noticed that, like, if you stick the button out at the wrong time, of course he's gonna hit you. That's a given. But one thing I noticed that, like, he's about to land, he is -1. One thing I noticed about this tournament, a lot of people don't do, you have to learn how to time a button where it's gonna hit when they land and they have to wake up and take it. Hind does not have reversal. So this is why I stressed out about, like, my stand B, Benny stand B, or, you know, of course Benny could probably sweep that maybe, but I'm just saying as like options for other characters, you had to figure out what your character could do in this situation. I noticed that a lot of people let this moment go too much. Bumba has, like, what's it called, done this to a few people. They have whiffed right in front of them, but they weren't able to take that -1 that they get from landing. So I think, like, that's another thing where you guys gotta train and what's it called, work on for sure. I think I'm not, was it last video that we talked about, like, how people should start training to whiff punish? You know how, like,
Yeah, where you set up like block, and then the bot and the dummy will whiff. Yeah.
Yeah. So people need to start doing that too. And I think in general, when they start feeling like, man, this guy like this hitting this button here, Hind likes hitting C here, and I noticed this player like hitting C here when I put him this block stun. Like, why don't people train to punish it? You know, like, I think that's gonna level up everyone's game.
So this here, right? So the red
paying
bar.
Attention to the Twitch.
Yeah. So the red bar is I'm drawing a dick for Party Barge because he asked. But it's off the side of the corner. You have to use your imagination. It's more of a club, if you will, I guess, a boot. So the red line here is the stand C that you have. Here is about your range to stand B. It might be like right here. I don't know. I don't know the exact range. And then your sweep is probably somewhere like right here. I'm drawing over my face, but that's cool. So in this scenario, you have these possibilities you could do. You don't want to trade with him until he lands, right? So when he's here,
you don't want to trade at all because
yeah,
Hind wants that to trade.
But that's what I mean. That's what I mean, right? So you need to time your button and pick the button that's going to come out after it lands, because it's going to be inactive the moment his feet touch the floor, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So once his feet touch the floor, that's when stand B becomes a good button. Don't expect it to combo. If you want to cancel it into max, the only reason you do that is if you think you're going to juggle and set up a mix-up, and that is specifically playing too fast. Like, unless you're M-dash and you already know what the fuck your opponent's going to do, that's playing too fast. Kick him out of there and get the reset pressure. Make him think about doing that again. He's going to have to cover it with another option. He's going to have to land and try to trade. He's going to have to land and backdash. You're now introducing new stuff to the game because you're stopping your opponent from moving in these spots.
Yeah, exactly. And then that stand B, if they block it, I mean, who knows? It could lead to them to stay put. You could jump D afterward, or you could just do a block stream.
Yeah,
or
you know what? That's a good point. We didn't even introduce any of the jumps, right? Because you could jump here. Let me see. Somewhere like that. And then we get the red bar. Boom. Something like that, right? It's not going to stop him from jumping at you, but you have that range right here. You can angle this jump D right back just a little bit. It's not going to collide with the box. Not saying it's the best idea to do in this scenario, but it's something you can think about.
I was talking about, like, you know, when you hit stand B, you just hop at him. Like, I'm talking about, like, that.
Oh, yeah. And then after that, you get to set up offense, right? You get the hop.
Yeah. So being able to, like, do something like that and see the way how he reacts, and I think that, like, Hind really has to, like, be able to be ready to hit, like, stand A or stand C. So you kind of do want to test him, see how he is, like, right after you hit a button on him. So it just in general is for you to use that stand B as a information grabber in general.
All right, let's get some good stuff here.
See,
So
like, see how Kevsor, he just like playing that mid-range game and fundamental. He's not really overcommitting, which is great.
yeah, he's doing that. He's stopping him from being able to move, and he's being able to get out right after that too. Now he's eating up the space.
See, if he had combos, it would have been so good. He
Yeah.
could have, you know, pushed the crouch B to the bread and butter. Same thing right here, but I think he just not used to it.
Yeah, one thing you should practice is setting the bot to block on random, and then doing a jump in, jump D, and then crouch B, and if it hits, go into max, and if it doesn't, just go into whatever you were gonna do before. Like, just set that up, and that's not that hard.
Fuck working hard, just go unga boonga, dude.
Shune unga boonga, it is. I mean, yeah, you're right. I'm caught in 4K, dude. It's all good.
That was nice. I like that.
Shune is unga boonga. I'm a Bardock player. But you know what? I played Trunks as well. Trunks is style
Oh,
only,
that was
man.
just bad.
Yeah, shouldn't raw level 2 on
Can you
wake
go
up.
back before he did raw level 2? Hold on. Go
Oh,
back.
sorry, I went back too far.
It's all good. I mean, it happens soon, right? This round ends up quick. I think this is where Kevsor, he could have done command grab right here,
Yeah.
right?
So, Kevsor, when you think someone's going to be up in your culo, you can command grab them. If you think they're going to bait your
Press
command
up.
grab by jumping, that's when your anti-air stand A starts working out. Like, when you start command grabbing them on wake up, and then they start baiting your command grab, that's when your stand A trade starts working out for you really, really well. That's about it. Yeah. Let's see.
I like how
Building
he
meter.
just, he could have did stance D right there earlier. What was Shune? He was in perfect range. He was in jump too.
Let's go
Oh,
back. Cause
right here, bam!
Yeah.
Right as he landed, that stand D. You just had to be quick, man. I mean, sometimes like I probably won't be able to pull that shit off, but no, you eventually have to get comfortable with your character's normal to do so.
Yeah, if
You
you're
have to be
if especially if you're giving up space in exchange for your opening. I mean, maybe it's not your game plan, right? To do 2 backdashes or 2 like air Blair wings or whatever. If it's not your game plan to do that, it just ended up happening. But if I had to write this in a book, right, that looked like what you did is you did 2 air backdashes, sort of, into trying to open up your opponent. So you gave up space to then get the opening, or to get the corner, or however it worked. But you went for a less nuclear option, or not nuclear, but you went for a less stable option. Like if you did crouch B is probably gonna trade. He's right. You could have stand D'd right there. Like if you're gonna bait him like that, especially with that kind of movement, you gotta be ready for that if you're giving up the corner, or at least roll the fuck out of there right there. Like were you backdashed right there?
I mean, I'm not perfect on taking all these moments. I would have been a better player if I can, but you know, just putting it out there.
Yeah, no, I 100%. I don't think that what I say is truth. It's just something to think about, because this is how I've been approaching and trying to come up with new stuff. Like right there where he could have like made the decision to wait, why is this not going now? Uh-oh.
You broke it.
Oh, never mind, we're good. Yeah, but you can use that to your advantage. You earned that situation if you see it in the future.
That was good pressure. Nice. I like that. See, only if he had an opportunity to kill.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
right there too. See, look, see the spacing on what Kevsor is doing. It was just good. Like on Keaver, he was being impatient. He had to respect these 2 characters jump D, and I feel like he was just running into it too many times.
Yeah.
And he definitely had to slow play and respect that. Hey, these normals will run you over. So Keaver, if you're watching, slow down the pace, respect those, because trust me, I do the same thing. You're gonna have to respect those normals. Block, wait, back up, and pick your spacing on when to throw your normals at the right time. realizing your turn is very important, especially as these guys, they will take your turn because your normals suck compared to theirs.
Yo,
I like
the air
that.
throw.
Yeah, that was big DP.
Yeah.
I mean DDT. A DP.
He wanted to believe. Yeah, this Ramon was scary as shit. When he killed me round 1, I was like, oh, this might not go well for me. I have to adapt right now.
That would have been big right there too, but sadly he missed it.
Yeah, I like that he used a lot, at least when he fought me, he used a lot of his bar on blowback to get me the fuck off of him.
See, like what Keaver is doing with Ramon, like and this is like with some people too in general. How come you guys don't play your characters like what you do with another character? I know like their tools are completely different, but the fundamentals don't change. You get what I'm saying? The stuff that he's been doing with Ramon, he could have fundamentally been doing almost nearly the same thing just with those other characters. But I feel like when they're playing their point character, they were just going way too ham, you know?
I have a theory too that like the further you go when you start your fighting game journey, like the first characters you picked up are not going to be the best characters you ever did, right? Like the level of tactics, game plan, strategy, level knowledge, like all that stuff is different. So when you pick up a new character, you go into something else of that nature, like you're going to have like a heightened sense and you're ready to start looking for the things that matter and you waste less time. So I have a theory that like when you fight a character that's hella good, but another character that seems a little less thought out, that's probably what it is a lot of time in trading mode on one, or the, future sense on it.
I feel like they're since it's the first two characters, they're willing to take a lot of risks instead of being slippery. Like you don't have to just do that on your last character. You should be doing it on all your characters, you know?
Yeah.
Like the way how he was spacing, moving in and out, those feint movements, it was great with Ramon. He was picking spots to defend well. And that's something that, he could be doing with Hein.
Oh, I realized that he's doing jump D the moment he jumps too sometimes. I know it's negative when you land, but he doesn't know that.
Right? I like that overhead.
But that's pretty good to check him from stopping him from checking a button.
Keaver could have definitely went for stand C into the little fireball go and get pressure. Like after
to set up Oki.
Yeah, I think he missed the crosshook for aid right in the corner. Then he could have did stand C and went for Oki.
Yeah, fucking that flyer Sanchez was really good. And I'm glad I got the lo-fi fix. For some reason Spotify was exploded, so it's back.
Oof. Yeah, Kevsor should have just chilled right there. He needs to utilize that stand D. Like right there, stand D. He had a chance to just throw it out.
Yeah, but I think the stand D, once he gets stand D into max mode cancels, right? He'll be godlike with a lot of his spacing. He whiffed two buttons in his face. If he was confident that he had stand D into max cancel, that'd have been the character. Or even not stand D into max cancel. Oh, see, he tried there. Yeah, it's a spacing thing there too. I hate it when you do stand D and you don't like delay the run up hit. It like it just drives me nuts. That's rough. What do you think in neutral that Kevsor should have done to maybe win this situation, or not even in neutral, but where do you think that he should look for his next offensive setup off of something a neutral win, right?
I feel like he needs to work on stagger pressure, run throw, and be able to utilize those things in general, and of course working on frame traps.
Right, but he got nair to air here, right? So what does he do? He does a neutral jump hop.
Yeah, he doesn't jump at him, and of course, like, I guess he was trying to respect Hein's super, because I've been doing it to him quite a bit. Yeah. So that probably have scared him right there. So, but then like it's up to him to be able to.
Yeah, and then he ran in that time. Okay.
Jump. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got the right idea. He's on the right path. Just getting his conversions down is probably my best advice.
Yeah, conversions and working on those the pressure game for sure.
How does a new player work on stagger pressure when they still have issues confirming B&Bs in max mode? That's completely reasonable.
Yeah, that's what we
they
try
need to play players their level who are also learning their buttons that can have fun the same way.
So this is
And
why, like, how I was talking about, like, learn your bread and butters and then your buttons. I feel like because be able to like confirm off of a light or two lights, that's where you will start implementing your stagger pressure. 'Cause if you can't confirm when you land a light just like randomly here and there, you're not gonna land it there in the stagger pressure.
if I can devil's advocate that there, right? Learning your buttons to being able to stop your opponent from doing what they want to do is really strong as well. If you don't have your setups next, I understand. Like, this is what we're talking about with Kevsor. But what that's going to do is his neutral sense is going to be so much better when he starts getting his B&Bs, because all he has to do now is get his B&Bs, right? But if you take someone who has gangster BBB or B&Bs and you tell them go do neutral, like, they're gonna look at you sideways. But Kevsor, right, off of this, let me just pick the next scenario, right? Like, right here, yeah, you're not really at advantage, but you didn't need to jump back. You could have done anything else. You could have crouched seed. You could have pushed your advantage. You tried to stand D there, but it didn't work out, right? But like little stuff like that of just how to stitch your game plan together when you're at an advantage. You hit him. Like, he wants to do something. Try to hit him again.
Kevsor, I know he likes waiting a lot. Not bad, but he's pretty. But it's pretty good that he feint his movements, and when he catches people moving around, and has been his strong point in this tournament, which is really good.
Yeah, he definitely had like really slippery movement. I had a very hard time tracking him down. I remember at one point I literally told myself I'm going to take 2 of these trades because my combos are better, so I have to take 2 neutral trades, and it ending up at like 6 in his favor, and I was like, fuck, dude, this is not working out. Like, I met the one trade, and then he fucking read the next thing I was gonna do. Damn. Yo, the overhead for Ramon.
But he doesn't pick him up though.
Cross up.
Yeah.
God damn. Yeah, matchup knowledge is a real thing. Like that takes just experience. Play more tournaments with that. Play this guy more often too.
I feel like Ramon was definitely tricky for Kevsor.
I guess we could go over general Ramon tips too, right? I mean, that would be a good idea. Like, when he does this run, if you're doing backdash, you're good. Like, as long as you're far enough away and you're doing it at the right time, you're good. Yeah, and there's like a certain area on the screen.
Let's see it right now, actually. Let's just play it right here.
Yeah.
See how you backdash? Yeah, when you backdash,
you get 1, you get 2, and you
hop
there.
Yeah. He just hit it at the wrong time. It could have been like a hop C, or it could just been a stand D into, max mode. Bam.
And boom. All right, right here, another thing I want to talk about. This is exactly what we were talking about stitching your offense together off of neutral situations. Hop reset, right? What do you do with Iori? What do you do with Iori here that you did not do with Shune and that you did not do with Benimaru all the time? You came in and threw another button to stop him from moving. You did it one more time, and then you went into your pressure, right? That was hella good. Like, that was, you used your strength of neutral reads to control the situation and create an offensive setup. That is what everybody who doesn't know barely what their buttons are, know that's the goal of KOF, is using tricky movement to do exactly what he did there. Like, you're not going to get, it's what do they say in chess? It's not the first mistake that kills you, but it's the second one, right? You can lose a neutral situation and you're like, oh shit, I gotta block. But if you're like, I'm gonna fucking DP this man off, that's when you eat 800 damage, or that's when you eat this Ramon command grab, right? I think I'm getting the chubs off this passion. Absolutely, man, you should. This is I don't want to talk about chubs anymore. I said it once.
Should be doing. He could be using the overhead, because I noticed that, like, he's been keeping him in, like, basic, like, block stuns and here and there, but he never showed the overhead, and that could have been like the card to use to actually like close out the match. But of course, he's definitely still hasn't been able to convert with bread and butter after it, though. You know, when it connects.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kevsor, I need you to find this energy. Wait, I think I already skipped it. No, I need you to find this energy every time when you play, right here. With this reset, yeah, I'm just going back right here. When you make a neutral, oh fuck, what did I hit? What the hell? When you hit,
and he should be applying that pressure with all his characters in general.
yeah, exactly. You need to find this flow with all of your characters right here. You have it with Benny to an extent. Find that with Shune. Right? And then that would be the thing that's going to get you from where you were to probably beating me. That's my best advice for you. Find that with all the characters. Just because you're still working on your max combos will come later, right? But if you find the situations to set up your max combos and you get used to the ranges and you're doing those neutral decisions to beat the fuck out of everybody, oh man, you're going to be godlike, dude. I think you're gonna be you're on my watch list. I'm watching out for you.
Yeah, he could definitely get pretty good at this game. I think.
No,
like,
he will get pretty good at this game. That is not a question in my mind. He will get good at this game.
I feel like since his neutral is like at this point right now, I feel like he could be like, you know, like how Dick is, you know, fucking getting good kind of fast at a certain point. It's like, damn, really? You got those already? Like,
yeah.
Kev is like right there with him.
Party, what's the sad face about? Talk to me, brother.
I need to take a piss.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're gonna take a 5-minute break. That's good.
Thank you!